cycling enthusiasm will likely continue long after the pandemic, as bicycles remain a top choice for many people to move around easily. For one enthusiast, a wife and a mother of two, who's driven to promote the wheels of change, this pedal-powered transport has so much more to offer. To tell us how bikes empower women, I have with me Jeremiah Amarnani. She's the creator of Pinay Bike Commuter Facebook page. Hi, Jerry. Glad you can join us.
Hi, Sam. Good afternoon.
Jerry, so first of all, tell us how your passion for cycling began and how do you think bicycles promote women empowerment?
Well, it started in 2014, right after my maternity leave. I was pregnant, and on my last trimester, I was trying to get. I was trying to ride a public transport, and because it was already evening that time, I think people are trying to go home. So I was pushed actually. So I told
Right.
myself right after I give birth, I would really want to go back. I would really want to try cycling so that I will be able to go home right away to my baby and to my family because I really cannot wait 1 hour for my husband to pick me up or to get stuck in traffic for an hour. So, in your question, how bicycle promote women empowerment?
Yes.
I actually call it as a freedom machine because it is such a reliable source of transportation and it is an important tool to improve the lives of many, especially for women. Why freedom? Because freedom to be able to go to places without the need to depend on anyone,
Right.
freedom from being tied to traffic congestion, as I
Right.
said, especially in the metro, freedom from public transport schedule. And with the help of the bicycle, we are free also from the expenses of car payments, insurance, car parking, gasoline. Alam naman natin, napakataas ng gasolina ngayon. And of course, alam nating lahat to, a bicycle can help improve the overall health of women. Nakakapag-exercise ka na din habang nagbibisikleta ka. And maraming testimonies na nakakatulong ito ng malaki para sa pagtulog, maayos na pagtulog, and also with reproductive health concerns ng mga kababaihan. And alam natin na sa Philippines, #1 cause of death is yung heart disease
Right.
because of lifestyle-related
Right. So it helps with your health as well.
Yes, yes. So, alam mo yon, if you are inactive, of course, medyo hindi yun healthy for us, but a bicycle can afford you that.
Yeah. But
So,
Jerry, I'm sure it's not without its challenges. What would you say are the major challenges that female cyclists face and how do you think these can be addressed?
well, the #1 issue na lagi ko sinasabi is yung safety.
Right.
Whenever I ask women, whenever I convince them, why don't you try cycling? They would tell me like, is it safe? Natatakot ako because, nakakatakot yung daan, etc., etc.
Especially in a city
And-
like ours. Maraming
Yes.
kotse, yeah.
Yeah, people are still not choosing to bike. Women are still not choosing to bike. A lot of men are biking, but not women. So we need to elevate the importance of mobility for women. Paano natin magagawa yun, Sam? With every bicycle infrastructure, we need to keep in mind the women and their needs. Kasi if you don't think about women, kung ano yung mga pangangailangan nila sa isang bicycle infrastructure, hindi lang to yung physical infrastructure, but infrastructure as a whole.
Right.
Pag inisip mo kasi yung kapakanan nila, then ma-address yung mga issues na hinaharap namin sa daan. For example, a well-lit street
Lane,
would be
right.
good for us because pwede kaming makapagbisikleta kahit saan. Di kami matatakot. We don't need to go in other routes para mapahaba pa yung pag-uwi namin or something. So, ano mo yun, maraming factors na maa-address if you think about the welfare of women when it comes to cycling.
Jerry, let's talk about the recent spikes in fuel prices. Do you think this helped more people switch to bicycles or even promoted the popularity of bikes?
Yes, for sure. Maraming gustong magbisikleta. However, what really is stopping them is the bike infra that we have right now. So, if we really improve it, of course, mas madami talaga ang magbibisikleta. As you can see from the picture, it is a painted line,
Right.
and you can still see cars in the bike lanes. And it's not something that will encourage people, most especially women, to bike. Kasi nga,
Right.
natatakot pa rin sila sa daan. Yeah.
Speaking of road safety, Jerry, maybe we have viewers planning to try cycling for the first time. So what tips can you give them to consider before hitting the road?
Okay. So, yung tips na gusto kong i-impart is if you want to start biking, you really need to research. You really need to read up. I
Right.
love cyclingmatters.ph kasi yung mga articles niya is very Philippine context.
Right.
So, read up, and I would advise you to also join bike groups. There's Transport Cycling Club, formerly Manila Moves. Diyan ako nag-start. And now we have the Pinay Bike Commuter Community, exclusively for women cyclists. Meron din Bicycle Friendly Philippines, Firefly Brigade Community. So join these bike groups that will encourage you to bike.
Right.
And also find a bike buddy. Yung bike buddy na ito, isang seasoned cyclist na magtuturo sa iyo kung paano ka makikipag halubilo sa daan habang nagbibisikleta. Napaka-importante yon. And if you want to bike to work, I would really suggest that over the weekend, for example, you do a trial ride.
Practice muna.
Go to the office
Right.
so that you will know the places and like that. Yeah.
So just very quickly before we go, do you have any final words to all female cyclists still pedaling through the pandemic while empowering other women as well?
To all the women, the reason why I'm here is because we're celebrating Women's Month. And before I go to the female cyclist, I would really would like to thank all the men who are supporting women cyclists. Thank you so much for your support. Because maraming kababaihan pa rin ang hindi natutuloy magbisikleta because of the discouragement of the male friends or family members. So those who are supporting, I really want to thank you, and please continue to support women, continue to fight also with us against harassment, especially on the streets. And to my sisters, to my fellow women cyclists, lalong-lalo na yung mga sisters ko sa Pinay Bike Commuter Community, nandito ako ngayon dahil nai-inspire ako sa inyo. Alam ko sinasabi niyo na-inspire kayo sa akin, but ako talaga yung nai-inspire sa inyo, kaya ako pinupush yung kababaikihan agenda. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your time, Pinay Bike Commuter Creator Jeremiah Amarnani.